So we've had two meets in the past
Right.
few weeks. I thought we'd catch everyone up on that. Can you talk about your impressions from our Navy meet
Sure.
2 weeks ago? What stood out to you in terms
Yeah.
of competitions-wise from the track and to the field,
Mhm.
and what you were really impressed with the guys?
Yeah, well, the Navy meet's been a traditional meet we've competed in for many, many years. Actually, this was the 60th anniversary of the meet, and it's been a tremendous rivalry. We always do it right after the new year. Originally, when I first got here, we did it in December, but then we moved it to after the holiday vacation. So we did it, and Navy is one of the best teams in the country. They're the favorite to win the Patriot League. They've been winning that year in, year out. So we would like to compete against them because they usually bring a full team and they're very competitive. We had a fantastic meet. We actually beat them by 30 points, which was pretty surprising. But we brought our A game, and the guys all trained really hard over the break, and was very pleased about that. And we came out of the meet without any injuries, which is really the most significant thing right after the break. So you want to do well there.
You guys won 15 of the 18 events, and one of the moments that I think stuck out to everyone was one of the guys who won, Xavier Bledsoe. Everyone was watching him at the end, and he had jumped a big PR, just getting over 7 feet. I thought, can you quickly talk about
Sure.
Xavier and what he means to the team and his leadership?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Xavier's an exceptional young man. He's the team captain. He really carries himself very well. He's a true sportsman, and we can only root for him every time he's out. But he really set a great goal for himself this year, not only to jump over 7 feet for the first time, but to qualify for the NCAA's indoor and outdoor. And he's been training really hard. He's been a great leader off the track and on the track, of course. But the way the meet was scheduled, the high jump was the last event, and both the Navy teams and the Princeton teams were around the high jump pit as he jumped, and we put the bar to 214, which is right over 7, about 7 foot a quarter or whatever it is, and he made it. And he jumped out of the pit and almost knocked me over, giving me a big hug. But that was good, and it was great for him. It's a milestone. There are certain milestones in track and field, and certainly clearing 7 feet is one of them. And I think he could go up a couple more inches from there. So it was great for Xavier.
You guys took that momentum into this past weekend. It's Tiger Invite, hosted by Towson.
Right.
You guys scored 219
Yeah.
points. Had a really good day. How did you feel like the team competed, and maybe what
Sure.
can you improve upon, even having such a great weekend?
Well, we can always improve upon things, and I wanted to get to the Armory because that's where the HEP Championships will be at the end of February, and it's important to get the feel of the Armory, see the field of the areas, see the warm-up areas, and get the feel for what it's like, so for us to go. So we actually competed very well in quite a few events, and I came away really happy. The meet was way too long. We didn't get home till almost 3 o'clock in the morning. The pole vault didn't start till around 11, so our vaulter, August Kyles, really handled himself well there. I think the bar started at like 12 feet, so he really didn't get much of a warm-up, but other guys did exceptionally well. We had a PR in the triple jump by Stefan, and some other really good events that stood out. Carrington Acosta ran another brilliant the dash time. He won that easily. Unfortunately, in the 200, his block slipped, and the starter didn't see it and didn't call it back. And that's unfortunate because he had kind of pointed as an early season time to get a really fast 200 time there. But we had some very fine middle distance and distance performances. A rising star for us is Zach Albright. He's really coming into his own. And when we recruited him, we knew he would be good because he has a wide range of talent from the 8 right up into basically the 3 and 5K. But he ran a really fine mile. Negative split. It was about 2:08, and he came back around 2 flat, so that was really good. Noah Capilla ran a very fine race in the 3K, as did Rob Stone. Rob Stone's really done a tremendous job for us this year, and he's coming into his own, and he ran exceptionally well in the 3K. So I'm leaving some other guys out, but as a team, we did very, very well, and we used that for a stepping stone to to go on. Now we're into the exam period, and then we'll be on to the HYP meet.
One of the guys you mentioned, Carrington Acosta, said won the 60, still got second overall even after slipping out of the blocks. Just another key member of this team, just like Xavier.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how he's improved from freshman year into now, and just what makes him such a special teammate?
Yeah. Well, many people might not know this, but Carrington's big improvement has been his ability, mental ability to take adversity and take it in stride and deal with the ups and downs. He had a kind of a rough freshman year. He had very high expectations, and he was getting down on himself. And I remember the one moment, the turning point in his career, and we had a long talk about it. And certain guys on the team are really important, and I think that's one of the things that separates our team from other teams is the team rallied around Carrington to pick him up and to tell him to hang in there, and that was really important. And I think he realized the benefit of having a team around him. And since that time, he's just blossomed. And not only is he a great athlete, but he's a great team leader and very spirited and enthusiastic. And you always know when he's in the gym, you can hear him talking and jiving with the guys and doing some great things.
That's great. And last thing, we got HYP next on January 29th.
Right.
What's one or two things that's going to stick out to you in terms of what you want to achieve and what's going to kind of make it a successful?
Well, we want to continue improving the team, and most importantly for us, as we pursue another heptagonal championship at the end of February, is to get healthy. We have a number of guys right now that are a little banged up, but had a meeting with Coach Vigilante this morning, and guys are progressing nicely, and I think we'd like to compete almost a full team at HYP. We're going to hold a couple guys out because they may not be ready, but we've won the meet, I think, 25 years in a row, and to us, it's important to compete and win every meet that we go into and to keep improving and have a winning attitude is the most important thing. Times are important, but winning an individual race or individual field event is the most important thing to develop that winning attitude that we're going to bring to the HEPs in a month later. So HYP up at the Armory, up at Yale. Again, it'll be a good meet. I think Harvard and Yale are improving, so we don't take anything for granted. We'll bring our A+ game to that one and hopefully win by another 100.